So to find a vertex point, vertex has two components, which we call it h and k. So to find the h, we do negative b over 2a, and we'll find this first. Then once we find this number, we'll plug back into the equation to find a k. So let's find this number first. So a is 4, a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, which is negative 24. Let's plug this in. So negative 24 divided by 2 times 4, which is 24 divided by 8, and that is 3. Now let's plug this back into the polynomial to find k. So k will equal to f evaluated at 3, which is 4 times 3 squared minus 24 times 3, 31. And this is 936 minus 72 plus 31. And this is negative 36 plus 31 is negative 5. So then the vertex point, or the vertex h, is 3, and the y value is negative 5. That's the vertex. And then x-axis of symmetry, axis of symmetry, or this is also called x-axis symmetry, axis of symmetry, that's always x equal to h. So whatever the h value is, write it like this, x equal to 3. So the graph of this function is going to be symmetric with respect to x equal to 3. So it's kind of like this. You don't have to graph it, but this is the graph. X equal to 3 is this. So the graph is symmetric with respect to this line here. Okay, so that's axis of symmetry. This is the vertex. And then for the other part of the question, so the graph of this function is sort of like this. So this is a vertex right here, and then it's sort of like that. So the domain is all real numbers. So the minimum is right here. So this is going to have a minimum, and actually it's called a relative minimum. So this is going to have the relative minimum at the vertex point, and it's not going to have the absolute maximum. But the absolute relative minimum is the same as absolute minimum. So absolute minimum and relative minimum are the same thing because this is the lowest point, but it's not going to have any maximum at all. It's not going to have a relative maximum. It's not going to have an absolute minimum at all because the domain is all real number. And as you see, this is keep going to infinity. So the y values have no bound. It has no upper bound. It has a lower bound, but it has no upper bound.